好啦，Joseph，你可以試一試share screen 啦，同埋試下個咪啊，睇下 O 唔 OK。Hello，Joseph，你可以試一試咪啦，同埋試下 share screen，聽唔聽到？Joseph 聽唔到你把聲啊，你試一試下 mute，test 下個咪，睇下 O 唔 OK？OK 啦而家，OK 好唔該，咁我哋準時8點開始，OK 唔該。
唔該。咩？呢個字嘴咩意思啊？
呢個箭嘴，
頭先你隔離
叫我轉右咯。
點樣唔出樣住啊？係咪已經唔係出樣啦而家？
嗌出聲啊！
得啦，收手。
Mario 不是 on Square。Joseph 新年快樂！多謝。
大家新年快樂！而家倫敦幾點鐘啊？俾我哋知道下。知唔知而家倫敦幾點鐘啊？
唔知。
唔知啊，香港快8個鐘，而家即係應該係中午時間啦，係啦。
Okay, now you're gonna press run. This is so cool.
Hour of Code.
The Hour of Code. Todos lo pueden hacer.
Я программі code. Nanchehelo code.
Your teacher says you guys are into it.
We are. It's very awesome.
Students around the world had an hour of code today.
你知有冇人有耳孔啊？
好啦，大家好啊。
耳孔開咁大聲。
好。我咧就瞄瞄大家先啊。OK，good。咁咧時間就差唔多啦。今日咧係咩時間？我哋今日咩月咩日啊？
元旦。
係啦，元旦喎。咁我哋係咪應該同大家講新年快樂先啊？
新年快樂。
好啦，嗱，咁咧事不宜遲啦。咁啊，今日咧我哋翻嚟嘅主題先。今日咧元旦日2022年嘅第一堂 Hour of Code啊。咁我哋咧好高興咧邀請到阿 Joseph 啦。咁咧就主持我哋今日咧呢個水果大戰啊。咁咧我哋咧就會同我哋分享呢個水果大戰。咁網上咧都有20多位朋友報名喎。咁我哋咧今晚咧就會睇到Joseph 咧為我哋介紹咧當中包括咧就點樣用呢個 sprite 嘅 sensor 啦，點樣去 create 一個 button 啦，點樣用 variable 啦，同埋點樣去設計一個好有趣嘅遊戲。咁啊俾少 background 啦。咁Joseph 咧其實係喺英國嘅喎。咁佢今年咧9歲，亦都係第一次咧主持呢個Hour of Code。咁我喺今日嘅課堂咧，佢已經早前咧完成咗一個 training。亦都知道咧，掌握咗啲基本嘅技巧啦。咁事不宜遲啦，我哋將個時間咧交俾Joseph 咯喎。亦都喺呢度咧，多謝佢屋企人嘅全力支持嚇。好。
Hello，咁我係 Joseph，咁我今日就會教你點樣做呢一個 catching game。咁我哋今日呢一堂就會用英文講嘅。
好啊。我而家仲 send 條 link 喺個 chat 度。好啊，冇問題。我哋一齊睇下個 chat room 先啊，望個 chat room 先。Derry 話冇聲喎，睇下先。大家有冇聽到有聲啊？先係咪有啊？有。點？
有聲啊。
OK， 唔該。好。咁 Derry 可能要 disconnect 個 audio， 再試一次。OK。咁我哋睇條 link 啊，而家嚇，仲未收到條 link， 我哋等一陣。
我即係而家 send 緊啊。
好啊。今日咧好熱鬧啊！我哋唔緊要，等一等啊！我哋我 Q 下個 time 先。見到啦，大家留意啊，就 Scratch 個 project 621691421嚇。咁我咧都會將呢條 link 放上去 YouTube 嗰度嘅。OK， 記住啦，621691421。OK， 好，請繼續。
上面影像。
我用啊，但就等我開翻佢條 link 先。
Joseph 你有 share screen 㗎嚇。咁咧我哋而家暫時睇唔到呢個 screen。
咁你就應該去個 chat room 度之後 click 咗條 link。咁去個 chat room。咁你 click 完條 link 咧，就會應該去到呢個版面嘅。咁之後你就會想 click 入呢個 remix 呢個 button 度啦。之後就應該見到呢個版面嘅。如果做到呢一樣嘢，請你打一個1字喺個 chat room 度啦，唔該。
好啦，提大家啊，如果咧冇 Scratch account 嘅朋友咧係 remix 唔到嘅，係啦，咁啊 make sure 大家如果有 account 咧就 remix 到啦。咁你咧Race 啱啱提我啊，唔該晒 Race。咁啊1字係啦，我同Race 都喺度上堂，同 Raden 啊，好1字好。
Okay, so today, first I'm going to teach you how to make the ball move. So in order to do that, we need to go to the events. Then we have to drag the when flag clicked. Then you have to show ourselves, because if you don't show ourselves, it might not you might not see it. So you could click to show. Then we need a forever loop. Then first we need to go to the x-axis 0 and y minus 1, 2, 3. So it will be around here. Then we want to change the x-axis by our mouse. So we're going to say change x by mouse x. Go to sensing, drag the mouse x. So what this code does is when the flag is clicked, we're going to show ourselves. And forever, we're going to go to this position, the x0 and y minus 1, 2, 3. But we will change the x position by mouse x position. So let's say the mouse is here. The ball will also change the x position to here. So let's try it. It follows your mouse pointer, so this code works. So if you can do this, please type 2 in the chat.
Nice and clear. Maybe we can enlarge the code so that everybody can see it more clearly. Okay, so we can type 2 in the chat room. Good job.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we want to make the apple fall from the top. So in order to do that, we need to go to event and drag the when flag clicked again. And then we want it to show. And then we want it to go to random position. So it might be here, might be there, might be there, might be there. Then we want it to set the y-axis to 179. Because if it goes there, we don't want it to drop just from there. We want it to go to the top, which is 179. So we want it to go to the top, so we have to set the y to 179. So now we want to make it drop. So it means that we have to change the y by -3. So we have to go get a forever loop. And then we'll have to change the y by -3. So now the apple drops from the top, but it doesn't, it goes down. Seems like this, like the ball is invisible and the line is invisible. So we have to make it stop when it touches the ball or the line. So we have to go grab a if-else statement.
I suggest we can take a break here. So make sure everybody can see the apple falling, and then we can type a 3. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
So if anybody who need more time, let us know. Yeah. So it seems most of us can finish 3. Okay. When we see the apple is falling, you can type a 3.
Okay, so it seems like nearly everybody can do it, so let's move on. So if we're touching the line of the ball, we want it to hide, and then we want it to go back up there. Then we want it to regenerate this code, go to random position, and then set y to 179, and then it starts falling again. So that's why we've got to change y by -3 in the forever loop, so we don't have to do it again and again. So let's go to sensing and drag the if touching touching line. Then we're going to set a ghost effect to 100. So that means we can't see it. Then want it to go to random position and set y to 179 again. So it goes back up there and it starts falling again. I need to set y to 179. Okay, so, but now if it's touching the line, it hides, right? Basically, because we've set the ghost effect to 100. It goes back up there, but we can't see it anymore because we've set the ghost effect to 100. So in order to let us see it, we need to set back the ghost effect to 0. So now let's try. It touches the line, and it shows again. Okay, good. If you can make it to this, please type a 4 in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Can you repeat what we need to do in order to type 4 again, in case we miss it? Thank you.
So in order to make the apple hide when it's touching the line and then it goes again, we have to do this code. If we're touching the line, that means if it's touching the line, because I've already got this right here. Then we have to set a ghost effect to 100, which means that we can't see it anymore. We have to go to the random position that we've done just now. We have to set a y to 179, so it goes back up there. Then we have to set a ghost effect back to 0 because we've set a ghost effect to 100. We don't want it to hide forever, so we have to set a ghost effect back to 0. So it seems like nearly everybody can do this. So let's do the nearly same thing to the bowl. So simply just duplicate this block. Basically just put your cursor on top of the if then statement, to right click on it, then there should be a couple of buttons: duplicate, add comments, delete 6 blocks, make space, copy block, and cut block. You'll want to choose the duplicate one. And now you can see it's following your cursor. You have to put right under this if then statement. There. Oops. Then you need to change the if touching line to if touching bowl. So now if we're touching the bowl, we're gonna again set the ghost effect to 100. We want it to go back to the top, so we go to random position, then we're gonna set a y to 179, then we're gonna set a ghost effect back to 0. Okay, so if you understand this and you can do it, please type a 5 in the chat. Thank you.
Looks cool. Can we see what will happen if the apple touch the bowl? Just give us a demo. Thank you.
Okay. So if it's touching the bowl, it regenerates. If it's touching the line, same, regenerates. Now it's good. Stop it. So now I want to add some sound effects to this so it makes it like more playful. So let's go to sounds. You already see 2 sound effects there. So let's see what are these 2 sound effects. One is this, and one is this. Okay. So if we're touching the line, we want to make this sound effect. Seems like a weird sound effect, but it's still good. So we're gonna play some basketball bounce until done. Okay. Then if we're touching the ball, we want to make this sound. So you want to drag it here, then we want to change it to coin. So now let's see what happens. It makes a sound, and if it's touching the line, it makes the sound. Okay, good. If you can make the sound, please type 6 in the chat.
So there are two different sounds. I think the speed can be tuned a little bit slower. I think it's actually really good lesson. Yeah, I think the speed is actually quite good, but maybe we can just tune a little bit slower. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so as Dr. Ray said, we want to make it slower. Then we should go to the sounds. As you can see, I've clicked on this sound. You can see loads of buttons there. Out of them here says slower, so we should press on it. It makes another sound. Basketball bounce. Let's press the same button. Let's get slower. So let's see. Slower. Touch. Okay, good. Now we've got the sound. Okay. Now let's continue. So we finished on the fruit. Let me show you the whole code for 1 minute or so you could copy it while I explain it again. So when the flag is clicked, we want to show the apple, as we might not see it. Then we want it to go to random position and get the XY grid out. Okay, so we have to go to a random position, which means it might be here, it might be there, it might be there, might be wherever it is. Then we want to set the Y to 179 because if it's here, we don't want it to drop from there to the bottom. We want it to go to the straight top. So which means the Y axis is 179 up there. So it goes right up there, and it changes to Y. And for every loop, it changes Y by -3. Start of 179. Then it goes to 176. Then it goes to 173. Then it so on until it goes to the bottom, which means if it's touching the line, we want to play the sound. We want to set the ghost effect to 100. That means we can't see it. And we have to do this thing again, go to random position, wherever it is, go to wherever it is. Then we want it to set Y back to 179. Then we want to see it again, so we have to set the ghost effect to 0. We've done the same thing to the bowl, except for the sound. So basically this code does what I've just said just now. If you understand this, please type a number 7 in the chat.
So there's a little bug that we just found. Racy actually use change goals effect, and the apple will not appear again. So Joseph is using set. So in case any member here is also not seeing the apple display again, you may be choosing the wrong setting. So remember, you use set, not change. Okay, this is very good lesson. Thank you.
Okay, so now I've got another sprite here, which is hearts. So this is another part of the lesson that I want to teach. I want to teach you that the heart minus 1 by 1. You can see here, and so on. So what I want to do here is that if the apple is touching the line, we want one of the hearts to go away. So here, one of the hearts is away, the top one, and this heart is away, and then so on. One. Until the last costume, we don't have any hearts. So first, when flags clicked, we must set back the hearts to full lives. So that means it is red heart 9. Heart red 9, the costume name is. So when flags clicked, we want to set we want to switch costume to red heart red 9. Then we want to show ourselves. Else we might not see the heart again. So we'll have to go to XY axis, which is here. So you have to put this out. Also, the hearts might appear here, might appear here, might appear here, or might appear wherever it might appear. So after we do this, we'll want to lose a life when Apple touches the line. So in order to do that, we must broadcast the message in the fruit. So if we're touching the line, we want to broadcast a new message. Let's call it this life. Okay, so we're going to broadcast loose life. Let's go back to the heart sprite. So when I receive loose life, what I've just broadcasted, we want to go to the next costume, because since here the next costume is the one that loses a heart. It has one heart less than the costume before, so we wanted to switch to the next costume. Then forever, we need a forever loop. If the costume number equals 11, which is a costume that doesn't even have any
Joseph,
heart.
sorry to interrupt. Please go a little bit slower, okay? I know we have many bright students here, but we also have some newbies here. So I want you to tune down a little bit slower, okay? Thank you. Please continue.
Okay, so when I receive the loose life, which I've just broadcasted in the Apple, we wanted to go to the next costume since the next costume after each of the costumes is the one that has a heart less than the one before. So, and mine is a heart. If we go to the next costume. So forever, if the costume number equals, we have to drag it equals the costume number equals 11, which is the one that doesn't have any hearts. Let me show you. Let's go to costumes. And the costume number is the one on the side, the very top left corner. So the costume number of the one that doesn't have any hearts is 11. You can see. So we want it to go, if the costume number equals 11, we want to broadcast lost, which is a new message. Let's go to the new message, then let's type lost. Okay, broadcast lost. So what I'm going to do if I receive the lost is I'm going to show this screen, the slide, this button, and this button. So you want these three things to show up.
How about we show people how to change the costume with the number of hearts changing first. For this menu, we can do it later. Okay, so we still have 35 minutes, so we have plenty of time tonight. So I suggest we show people how. Yeah, right.
I deleted the sprite.
Okay.
I deleted the heart sprite.
No problem. Let's add it again.
Oopsies.
I suggest you can open your original template link and then you can edit.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to open the link again. Remix it again. Then I'm going to do the whole code again. Does anyone want to share a screen to show me what you've done while I fix the code again?
Of course, it's a good idea. Joseph, you can go ahead and I will take over your screen. And then we also have some student here. 咁趁Joseph 咧update 緊嘅時間咧，我哋不如一齊望一望大家嘅 code 好唔好啊？我見大家咧都好努力咁樣做緊，因為我見咧 Racy 都好努力跟緊個進度。咁我見到 Racy 都跟得有啲吃力啊。咁我見到段 code 其實都幾多咁啊。咁我哋不如一齊，咦有個同學仔話有個 restore sprite 喎 ，Kingsley 有冇？我冇靜啲啊。係啦，有個 restore sprite 係咪有得翻轉頭加翻？不如我哋請阿樂樂，好，我哋不如開下樂樂條 link 先嚇，我哋睇睇樂樂個 project 開唔到喎，佢話你條 link 係。
你冇 sign in 啫嘛？
啊係喎，冇 sign in 啊，係嘛？唔緊要，我 sign in 下先。
先撳走咗個 sprite 啊！哎呀，整緊。
好，咁我再試一次先。都唔得啊！落條 link 落完條 link， 好啦，我哋不如睇下有冇其他人條 link 去 share。Kingsley 可以 restore 個 sprite 㗎嘛？好啦，咁我哋不如睇下其他同學仔啲 project， 我哋不如有冇同學仔想 share 嘅而家？不如 share 你嗰個啦，你個 project 幾多？我望一望你嗰個。
我嗰個係6228。4504。
有同學仔 share 咗啱啱幾多？6228。
45024。
好，45024。好，我睇一睇去唔去到呢個先。呢個係 Racy 嘅 project。好，咁我而家 share 一下先啊。OK， 呢個咧就係 Racy 做緊嘅 From 阿 Joseph 嘅 project 啊。咁我哋一齊望一望先啊。玩到咧？
唔係啊，我唔中意嗰個。
係咯，你咁多嘢喺畫面嘅。
我知，因為我未攞手啊。
係啦，咁我哋呢度咧都同 Joseph 一齊做緊嘅。咁我哋一齊望一望啊 Joseph 段曲啦。咁睇下 Joseph 做咗啲咩啦，我哋溫一溫書啊。趁下 Joseph 如果 ready 啦，話俾我哋知啊。咁我咧就講解下啦。咁啊，第一段曲好重要嘅。咁大家見到咧就係一個基本嘅 loop 啦。咁就可以控制嗰個碗咧，跟住你個 mouse 嘅喐動。第二段曲呢度比較長少少噶啦。咁大家見到咧就係主要有個 forever loop。咁佢咧就要去一個最高嘅位置喎。大家見到啊，喺一個最高嘅位置179，跟住佢咧就會不斷跌落嚟。跟住佢要睇下佢有冇掂到條線啦，又或者掂到個碗啦。如果掂到個碗嘅咧，就少一條命啦，係啦。所以呢個好重要 ，broadcast 呢個 message。咁呢個 message 去咗邊啊？咁原來咧就去咗 heart 呢邊啦。咁 heart 呢邊咧就會做2句曲喎。咁而家咧 Joseph 咧應該就 fix 緊呢個位置。咁所以咧有好多唔同嘅 costume。咁佢咧就會 fix 咗一個固定嘅位置。個位置咧就係呢個位置啦，應該就係呢個位置。咁如果你少一條命嘅咧，咁你咧就會轉下一個公仔。咁咧，如果你最撈尾你已經唔見晒啲命嘅話咧，你就輸咗啦。所以佢咧呢一 part 咧就做咗一個冇咗個 game， 輸咗 game， 最撈尾會 broadcast 多一個 message 出去。咁睇下 Joseph 係咪 ready 先？睇下 ready 啦。頭先會 Joseph 可能我應該係令到你 unmute 唔到自己嘅，咁我知道點解。我而家咧應該就 unmute 自己係啦。Joseph 可以 unmute 自己啦。繼續係咪 ready 啦？
我啱啱好 ready 啊。
好啊 ，perfect。咁我停一停個 screen， 請你繼續。好。
OK。 Okay, so where I've left off is if custom number equals 11, then we're going to bracket lost. Where I want to show this bright, and this bright.
我建議不如我哋so I would like to make everybody know how to lose a life first. Okay, before we go to the game over screen. How about this? Okay, Joseph. Thank you.
So I'm going to explain this again while you catch up. Is when I receive lose life, where I have broadcasted in the Apple sprite. Then we wanted to go to the next costume. Since the next costume after each costume is has 1 heart less than the costume before, so that means is basically loses a life. So forever, if a costume number equals 11, because the costume number 11 is the one that doesn't have any hearts. You can see the costume number by looking up at the top left corner at each costume. You can see there, got the costume number 11. Then we want to broadcast lost, so that the end screen comes up. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Then we want to broadcast lost. So now, when I receive lost, I want us to show. And also, when the flag is clicked, we want to hide ourselves. Okay, then when I receive lost, we've shown ourselves. Then we want it to do the same thing, exact same thing to the others. So let's go to the sprites, flag clicked, we're gonna hide ourselves. When I receive lost, we're going to show ourselves. Okay, same as this one. When I receive reflect clicked, we're going to hide. And when I receive lost.
Again, Joseph, please go a little bit slower. Okay, so I think you are going pretty fast. A little bit slower would be fine. Thank you.
Okay, so if you've got all these 6 messages on these 3 sprites, please type the number please press number 8. Okay. Okay. It seems like a few of you are done, so but some of you still aren't, so I'm gonna give you maybe half a minute more to let you guys catch up. You have these 4 lines of code on this one, this one, and this one. So now let's continue. So on these 2 buttons, I want to make like effect. Like when your mouse pointer's on it, we want it to set the ghost effect to maybe 30, and if our mouse when it isn't on it, we want to show what it is like now. So when I receive lost, we're going to show, and we're obviously going to go to a position. Also might be here, which you don't want it to be. So we must set it to go to this position. Then forever, we need a forever loop, we need an if else statement, we need an if then statement. Let's drag all these three out. So first let's put the for loop at the outside, then if else statement. Then we must put if then statement inside the if else statement's top statement, named the if then statement. Okay. There. So now forever, if we're touching the mouse pointer, we want it to set the ghost effect to 30. Else want it to set the ghost effect to 0. And if it's mouse down, that means if we click on it, like if you click on something, then since this is the continue button, so that means we want the game to like restart. So if the mouse down, then I want to broadcast a message. Let's go to events, broadcast a message, restart. Okay, so let's try this. Just simply click on the Bunnyshooter. And now it does the effect. So now you can't see the ghost effect, but when my mouse pointer is on it, it shows the ghost effect. When my mouse pointer isn't touching it, it goes back to normal. We want that to appear on the menu bar as well. So let's just copy this. Oops. Okay, let me not make this too complicated. Let me just do it from here. When I receive loss, we want to show, then we want to go to the XY axis, minus 80 and Y minus 128, which is here. Then we want it to drag the forever loop, if else statement and if then statement. Save, put the forever loop outside, if else statement inside the forever loop, and the if then statement inside the if then statement in the if else statement. So we're gonna basically do the same thing. If touching mouse, if we're touching mouse pointer, then we want to set the ghost effect yeah. Ghost effects to 30. Then else we need to set the ghost effects to 0. And if our mouse is down, that means if we clicked on the button, then we'll have to broadcast a new signal. So you see the menu button. That means we want to go to a menu. So we're going to broadcast go to menu. You can see there. Okay. And go to menu. Okay, cool. So if you can do this effect and you could if you can do this effect and you understand how to do the effect, please type a 9 in the chat. Okay.
Yep. Very good lesson. Yes, a lot of fun. Yeah, I think everyone is doing great. Okay, good job, Joseph.
Okay, so now let's continue. So if we press the continue button, we want the game to restart, but the computer doesn't know what does restart mean. So we have to make it understand what does restart mean, so we have to code it. So when I receive restart, we want to do the same thing as we have did.
Oh, somebody is drawing something on the screen. Is it okay, Joseph? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah. Okay, so we want to do the exact same thing as we have done doing the restart. Then same as the apple.
未跟到 restart 嗰度。
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to do the same thing again. So you basically just have to duplicate this code. Then for the heart, you have to do the same thing. When I receive restart, you have to do the same thing. Okay. So now, if we press the continue button, we'll broadcast restart. If I'm mouse down, we'll broadcast restart. Then in a bowl, when I receive restart, I want to do the exact same thing as we have did on the when flags clicked. So we've duplicated this, and for the same as the apple, when I receive restart, duplicate the code. 2. For the heart, same. When I receive restart, duplicate the code. Okay, so but we want to hide these buttons if we restart, because we don't want these buttons to pop out when it's restarting. Okay, so when I receive restart, I want to hide ourselves. Same for this one. When I receive restart, I want to hide. Again, when I receive restart, I want to hide. Okay, so now let's try that. Oops. What? Oh.
咁大家而家見到咧個蘋果冇跌落嚟，咁啊 Joseph 即刻就 fix 緊個 bug 啦，有個 bug 喺度，係啦，個負3個位，大家留意翻。
Change by -2. I forgot to put that in because I changed the code. Okay, so now it works perfectly. Touch this line. So,
好似少咗兩個聲喎，個燈個叮當聲同埋嗰個跌落地嗰個聲。Yep, so we can see if we can fix it as well.
So it doesn't allow me to play that sound. We're touching the bowl to play this sound. We're touching the bowl to play, oops. We're touching the one to play this sound. We're touching the bowl to play this sound. Let's try. Yep. It worked. Okay, it works perfectly. So now let's go straight to the continue button. Oops. I'm gonna show ourselves. Let's show. Receive lost. Okay, so if I press the continue button, does the exact same thing as we have done on start. But now, if we press the menu button, I haven't coded the broadcasting message, go to menu. So if we go to the menu, let's try pressing this. I've already coded the codes on the backdrop stage. So when I receive goes to menu, it's really switched to backdrop to wall 1, which is the back of it. And then I'm going back because already at menu. That's these 1, 2.
Sorry, Joseph, can I suggest we check, most of us can go to this page before we proceed, okay? 我哋不如一齊睇睇其他同學仔咪都做到呢個 stage 先啦。咁我哋仲有15分鐘，咁我咧都建議我哋 Joseph 段曲咧，其實嗰陣寫得好好啊，不過仲有地方優化。咁我建議一陣間其他同學仔咧一齊睇睇 Joseph 段曲有啲咩地方可以再做好啲。我哋大概留最後尾嘅10分鐘做少少嘅交流，係啦。咁我估計個 game 咧 ，Joseph 仲有好多嘢想教我哋嘅，不過我建議我哋停一停先，係啦，仲有15分鐘。OK， 唔該，係啦。如果大家都做到同 Joseph 一樣個進度嘅話咧，你可以打個10字啊喺個 chat room 係啦。咁我哋 make sure 大家都知道係啦。如果未去到個進度咧唔緊要嘅，咁我哋之後大家去睇翻 YouTube 可以乘2啦，或者乘0.5咧，再 tune 翻個速度係啦。係咪好好啊？好似我哋所有幾多10字啊先？有3個10字啫，係啦。咁我哋 make sure 其他同學都做到。我哋今日咧有19個人喺度嘅喎，咁我哋不如睇睇，如果有超過10個10字咧，即係代表佢超過一半嘅朋友咧都做到啦。咁我哋咧就可以繼續去下一個 step 啦。我哋大家一齊等等，好冇？係啦。
唔係有超過9個已經係。
冇錯，
因為應該我哋。
冇錯。咁我趁呢個時間問下 Joseph 啦，係咪好刺激啊？第一次自己上堂教咁多嘢嘅。
係啊。
Good.
Okay, so let's continue. So we press the menu on all these to hide. When I receive a read menu, we want to hide. Same for this one. Just duplicate this and then just change the when I receive. Okay. Same for this one. Just duplicate this. Then we want to change it to a read menu. Okay, so now to hide all of these, so just simply press on that. Then we want all of course, oops, what's this? Oops. I did get this away. Do it come down with that?
好啦嗱，咁而家咧有啲 technical issue 咧，咁我係咪 OK 啊？我又攞下個 share screen 啦。OK 嗱，好，請繼續。OK, please continue.
Well, we want it to hide when I receive a read menu. I want it to hide. When I receive a read menu, but hide. Same for the heart. When I receive a read menu, I'm gonna hide. Okay, cool. Now let's hide off these. Clicking on them. So now, at last we've got this page out, and then we got, as you can see, there are 2 sprites called Broom and Broom 2. So for the first Broom, the costume is play. So same as the continue button. Let's just. So basically, when flag clicked, we want ourselves to hide. But when I receive the read menu, we want to show. And then, same as this one, want it to go to its XY axis, and forever, we want it to do the catch effect thing. So we have to go to the XY axis. X axis minus 30 and Y axis 70. Then we have to drag a forever loop, if else statement, and an if then statement. Forever loop at the outside, then we'll have to put the if else statement in the inside of the forever loop, and then we have to put the if then statement in the if then statement of the if else statement. So forever, if we're touching the mouse pointer, we'd have to set ghost effect to 30. And if else, we'll have to set a ghost effect to 0. If our mouse is down,
Joseph 可以再慢少少啊，係都係比較快嘅節奏，再慢少少，慢一半就最好啦，係啦，慢啲，好冇？唔該。
So if our mouse is down, then we would want to broadcast restart. And then when I receive restart, we would want to hide. So let's go to the other room. We will want to do the nearly exact same thing, which is when the flag is clicked, we would want it to hide. Then, when I receive a ready-yes menu, we want it to show, we want it to go to X, Y73 and Y3. Okay, so then we will need a forever loop outside, a first statement in the inside of the forever loop, then the if then statement in the inside of the if then statement of the if else statement. Then if we're
不
touching
如
the mouse,
Joseph 啊，你話俾我哋知點解要咁樣擺啊？咁你解釋咗之後，因為咧而家你一路拉緊曲出嚟咧，咁就變咗係你自己去寫曲，就唔係教緊其他人啦。咁啊，我想再提一提，記住今日我哋係教緊其他人寫曲。咁我見到 威 寫隔離，其實佢都跟唔切嚇。咁我覺得你嘅節奏係真係太快啦，好唔好啊？我哋記住，你唔係自己寫曲，你今日係教緊其他人寫曲。咁我不如嘗試你講下點解你要有啲 if block 啊，點解有啲 if else block 啊，有個 forever loop 啊，解釋咗之後先至去將啲曲齊埋一齊。如果你一路係咁拉咧，記住你係變咗自己寫曲，就唔係教緊人咯，好唔好啊？留意翻呢個位，好冇？請你再嚟多次。
Okay, so we want to put this like this because forever we want it, because if we put the if else statement outside of the forever loop, it won't work. It will just, because we want the thing to repeat and repeat again. We don't want it to just repeat once. That's why we need the forever loop at the outside. Then we want the if statement, if then statement in the inside of the if then statement of the if else statement is because if we put it on the else under the else statement, if you just click down, it will just do what if, for example, if mouse down, the broadcast. For example, if I have done this, I've just click wherever I want to, it will just do this thing. That's why I have to put it in the if then statement on the if then statement.
You find a player though.
So we could check that So we could check that if our mouse is on top of the thing, and if the mouse is down, we'll broadcast go to how to play. Okay. Else we want to set our ghost effects. Yeah, set ghost effects to 30. Else you want to set a ghost effect to 0. Okay, cool.
嗱，阿 Joseph 啊，頭先提過啦，我哋都想留翻10分鐘做少少 debriefing 嘅。咁我哋不如呢個去到呢個位停一停啦。我覺得你今日搞好多嘢，不如我哋一齊溫一溫書，睇一睇今日 Joseph 教啲咩曲好唔好啊？咁我哋不如大家一齊去睇翻第一個曲好唔好啊？係啦，我哋睇翻個煲嘅曲先啊，大家一齊溫書。咁咧，我哋大家見到咧，其實咧 Joseph 呢度咧就有。大家記住咧，逢親我哋寫曲咧，就如果見到啲曲係 duplicate 咗咧，我哋係唔好嘅。OK， 咁我哋不如考下大家有啲咩可以做，令到 Joseph 而家呢段曲可以逢親一樣嘅曲，我哋應該要 eliminate 佢。我哋有啲咩方法可以做 eliminate 呢兩段一模一樣？
我哋就可以用個 broadcast message。
一開始去 broadcast 嗰個 restart 個 message 咯。
好唔好啊？不如我哋一齊睇睇，好唔好？一開始就 broadcast 個 restart 嘅 message， 我哋一齊睇睇呢段曲好唔好？我見到有同學仔舉手 ，Jenkins 都舉咗手嘅，睇下佢係咪有第二個好啲嘅方法，係啦。咁有個建議就係一開始永遠。
都係想講同一個方法咯。
好啊 ，good， 非常好。咁呢個都係一個啱嘅。逢親撳綠色旗仔咧，就 call restart 啦。咁我哋不如試一試望下，睇下 work 唔 work 先咯。好 work 嘅，好。咁我哋大家清楚知道呢個煲嘅曲係 work 嘅喎。咁有冇地方可以再簡化？
不過咧，如果你咁樣做咧，你會見到個蘋果喺度喐，睇下佢原本喺嗰度，之後佢喐咗過嗰度。
都 OK 啊，呢段好嘛？暫時係咁先啦，我哋可以無限優化，暫時去到呢度先，停一停先，係啦，繼續。我哋望一望蘋果段曲好嘛？睇下有啲咩地方可以再做好啲。嗱，又係同一個問題啦。見唔見到左右段曲其實一模一樣樣嘅？我哋有啲咩可以做，可以令到段曲簡化啲咧？好，阿 Jenkins 舉手啊 ，Jenkins 先啦。
可以整咗晒啦，全部由個 green flag 可以整咗晒全部嘢，因為咧已經有個 reset 係，因為已經喺個煲度有個 broadcast reset 啊嘛，已經可以 reset 咗啦。
一樣都係 call 個 restart 個係咪？即係都係逢親收到 restart 咁樣。
唔係，因為佢本身已經唔使今次唔使都唔使啦，成班都唔使咯。因為個煲已經 broadcast 咗個 restart 啦嘛，個煲 broadcast 咗，咁就唔使再 broadcast 啦 ，broadcast 一次夠啦，所以就喺個煲度加翻就得啦，其他嘢全部。
有冇其他嘅建議俾阿 Joseph 啊？呢段曲，咁我哋不如睇睇阿 Joseph 段曲可唔可以點樣再簡化啲？哇，係喎，又啱喎，係嘛？即係逢親收到 restart 就已經嚟㗎咯喎。有冇其他更加好嘅意見？如果冇咧，咁我哋個蘋果段曲咧就係咁樣樣啦。咁我哋不如又望一望個炸彈係嘛？炸彈個段曲係點樣㗎？我哋望一望。
冇寫啊。
冇寫啊，唔緊要。
炸彈我就諗住係即係會將呢一個係搬落去最尾。
好啊，嗱，因為今日咧，其實我見到咧，Joseph 咧，仲有好多曲想教我哋嘅。不過咧，我哋大概一步一步明啦。咁做咗先係啦。咁另外最重要有段曲咧，就係個心心啦。嗰堆心心嗰段曲咧，我哋不如一齊望一望下。咁其實今日咧寫咗好多段曲嘅喎。咁個心心嗰段曲係點啊？我哋一齊再溫一溫書，睇下大家係咪都明晒段曲啊？心心呢段曲其實主要有兩個，可唔可以 unline 下段曲啊？我哋可唔可以撳 right click？係啦，跟住去 adjust 翻段曲，係啦 ，clean up blocks， 係啦，即係好第一段。如果唔見咗條命咧，係啦，如果 restart 咗嘅話咧，佢咧就會轉 costume 啊，冇問題啦，大家好清楚啦。如果嗱，其實睇曲咧就好似睇書咁啊，我知大家都好中意睇書，咁我哋一齊睇曲咧好似睇書咁啊，我哋望一望。 其實大家可以係 zero knowledge 嘅，我哋純粹睇段曲就知道佢寫緊啲咩噶啦。咁我哋而家見到佢如果冇一條命咧，冇咗11次命咧，就會 lost 個 game 啦，啱唔啱？咁點解最尾嗰度要 already at menu 嘅？呢個係咪就係話佢要冇錯喺個 menu 就要匿埋咗係咪？個心係咪？係啦，冇錯。咁大家都明啦呢度。咁就個 line 嗰度有冇曲㗎？我哋係因為我哋今日咧上堂咧都係一個好重要嘅示範啦。咁大家見到其實我哋都見到唔少嘅一啲電腦科老師咧，其實個做法都會似阿 Joseph 嘅，真係一行曲係咁拉嚇。咁當然會節奏翻啦，但係咧其實堂仔咪真係跟到能夠做到真係明咧。咁我哋其實都係要明白嗰個節奏啦。咁我哋希望咧透過今日嘅課堂咧，大家都可以一路提升點樣去互相學習啦，互相去認識啦。咁啊，咪仲有段曲係 nine 啊？我哋見到其實nine 嗰度有冇曲㗎 ？nine
有一段嘅會 backflip 就係 show，
就係會 show 啦，係啦，逢親開始嗰陣時咧就會條線就出現啦。跟住最撚尾仲有啲咩曲啊？係咪？我哋不如一齊望埋最撚尾。
個 continue button 個呢個 screen 同埋呢個 menu。係
啦，咁其實今日咧去到個節奏其實最初都好好嘅，後尾咧因為啲 button 多咧，咁啲曲就越嚟越多啦。咁所以咧呢度大家都見到咧，最主要咧其實都係想分享翻，如果佢輸咗，咁又要 restart game 咧，咁就有個 restart button 啦咁樣樣。咁但係咧其實今日嘅曲係算多嘅，咁所以如果大家睇翻我哋今日個錄影咧，其實咧都係呢個係一個進階版嘅課堂嚟嘅。咁去到最後尾，因為時間關係未教得完咧，就係嗰個掃把啦。咁個掃把咧，不如我哋聽一聽。其實寫曲我哋唔使真係寫出嚟嘅，我哋大家領會一下到底 Joseph 想教我哋啲咩？嗰個掃把點解有個1同2嘅？我哋不如聽一聽。
我個掃把就係想佢即係，如果呢個 menu button pick 咗嘅話咧，我哋真係想呢兩個出現咧。
所以有兩個掃把，真係有兩個掃把，一個咧就係真係有得玩，一個咧就係教大家點樣玩，係啦。咁所以咧，
我就會去呢度。
明白。
我要將呢兩個 hide 咗佢，
明白。咁大家見到啦，今日咧個課堂咧內容都相當之豐富啦。咁仲有其他，咁我哋其實通常呢啲課堂如果好長嘅話咧，我哋可以斬開4、5堂慢慢教。咁但係唔緊要，我哋今日咧見到阿 Joseph 咧好落力啦，準備咗好多資料啦。咁但係咧點解我會一路叫你慢啲？因為我見到其實大家都知 Basic 都寫好多 scratch， 我見佢今日咧都不斷喺度望，不斷喺度跟咧。都跟得比較吃力，咁所以我就即係體驗到其實嗰個課堂嘅節奏可能再拖慢少少，咁但係唔緊要嘅，呢個都係一個好嘅嘗試，我哋一齊俾啲掌聲啦 ，Joseph 好唔好啊？喂，快啲啦，掌聲啦好唔好啊？咁我哋亦都最後尾，咁我哋睇睇有冇其他嘅朋友咧係都完成到今日嘅課堂啊？如果都完成到，俾個手指公我哋啊，係啊，咁我哋睇睇，阿 Jean 啊，多謝阿 Jean 啊，好。咁啊，最後尾我哋不如就鼓勵其他同學仔啦，咁好快咧就到你哋做呢個小老師噶啦。咁我哋 Out of Code 咧，希望大家咧就掌握咗嗰個課堂嘅即係節奏啦，同埋個技巧咧。咁我哋希望不久將來咧，我哋每一個夜晚咧8點鐘咧都會有1小時編程嘅課堂，就由你哋去講解俾全香港嘅市民啊，好唔好？咁啊，今日嘅課堂咧去到呢度，咁啊請大家咧嚟緊預告篇啊，我都一定要預告篇啊，好重要啊！預告篇呢個咧就應該係咪個 Chrome 係啦，開個 Chrome 預告篇咁啊事不宜遲啦，咁咧我哋咧就應該好快咧就會有呢個 Marcus 係啦，咁大家記住啦，喺個event 嗰度，咁咧如果大家唔知道我哋條 link 係咩咧，其實你撳咗落去之後，你撳 attend 咧，咁你就會見到我哋有條 Zoom link 噶啦嚇，咁咧我哋有個 request to join， 當你撳咗 join 之後咧，就見到我哋啲課堂噶啦。咁嚟緊嘅9號嘅課堂咧，就會係現場版本嘅，喺CTU 上堂。咁到時再見到大家咯喎。咁我哋今日咧見到呢個禮拜 Roslyn 啦，同埋 Joseph 啦。咁我哋會鼓勵佢哋咧，好快咧再舉辦佢哋嘅第2至第3節嘅課堂。咁今晚嘅課堂喺到呢度，我哋再一次祝大家新年快樂，萬事如意啊 ！OK，
新年快樂，
好，
多謝各位。
拜拜，好啊，拜拜。
拜拜，拜拜，拜拜。